In 2011, a horrific crime shocked an entire nation. It happened inside a small family-owned jewelry store, Tan Binh Gold Shop, in northern Vietnam. By the end of that night, 3 innocent lives were gone. The killer's name was Le Van Nguyen, a 17-year-old boy. He wasn't a hardened criminal. He was just a teenager, driven by desperation. Nguyen had borrowed a motorbike from a friend, pawned it for cash, and spent every last penny. When the time came to return the bike, he had no money left, only one idea: to rob the jewelry store in his neighborhood. Before dawn, on August 24, 2011, Le Van Nguyen waited quietly in the dark. When the streets were empty, he climbed into the house from the 3rd floor, carrying 2 knives, 1 sharp blade and a machete. He turned off the power, disabled the cameras, and waited. Around 5:30 a.m., the shop owner, Mr. Tan, came upstairs to hang clothes. Le Van Nguyen attacked him with a knife. Despite his wounds, Mr. Tan fought back and screamed for help. Hearing her husband's voice, Mrs. Nguyen ran upstairs only to be struck again and again by Nguyen's blade. Mr. Tan tried to protect her, but Le Van Nguyen switched to his machete and kept stabbing until both of them collapsed. Then, from the darkness, came the faint sound of a phone light. It was their older daughter. She is trying to call for help. Le Van Nguyen rushed toward her and stabbed her repeatedly, leaving her motionless. He thought she was dead and walked away. Moments later, a baby's cry echoed through the house. It was the youngest daughter, only 18 months old. Le Van Nguyen turned and ended her life too. After the killings, he packed his knives, broke the glass displays, grabbed as much gold as he could, and ran. Daylight was rising. People were starting to appear on the street. Terrified of being caught, he called his cousin to pick him up and vanished. For 6 days, he hid with almost nothing, just a change of clothes, a few cigarettes, and about $10. He tried to cross the border into China, but was captured by Vietnamese border guards. Because he was a minor, Le Van Nguyen could not be sentenced to death. The court gave him 18 years in prison, the maximum sentence allowed by law. On the night of July 7, 2015, in the quiet countryside of Binh Phuoc, Nguyen Hai Duong, together with his accomplice Tien, quietly rode a motorbike toward the luxurious villa of Mr. Mai's family. Around 2 a.m., Duong sent a message to Vy, the family's nephew, asking him to open the gate. Vy had no idea that this simple message would be the start of a nightmare. As the gate creaked open, Duong and Tien attacked, ending V's life right there in the yard. The gate closed again and the massacre began. The 2 killers crept upstairs to the 1st floor, where Lin and Nhu were asleep. They tied up the 2 girls, sealed their mouths with tape, and bound their hands to the window frame to silence every cry for help. Then, they moved down to the ground floor, where Mr. Mai, Mrs. Na, and their son An were still sleeping. They forced the family awake, demanding that Mrs. Na show them where the money was kept. She opened the safe, but there were only documents, no cash, no gold. Enraged, Duong ransacked the room, finding only 4 million dong and a few US dollars. He tied Mrs. Na up, then dragged An into another room to question him. When the boy whispered, "I don't know," Duong lost control and struck without mercy. He returned to finish off Mr. Mai and Mrs. Na, leaving no witnesses behind. But the horror didn't stop there. Duong and Tien went back upstairs, where the 2 terrified girls were still bound. They demanded to know where the valuables were, but when the girls said nothing, the killers carried out their final act of brutality, ending both of their lives. Before fleeing, Duong changed into Mr. Mai's clothes to disguise himself, then took 5 cell phones and 1 iPad, vanishing into the night. But his perfect plan quickly unraveled. Within 3 days, police traced every clue and Nguyen Hai Duong was captured.
チャンネル登録